Suppose I ask you a question, who knows you better than anyone else? Probably the answer is you, it's you. And why I have asked you such a question is whether are you good enough to take a right decision when you come across such a scenario where you have to take a decision and you should get a positive outcome out of the decision that you make. So are you confident that you can take a correct decision? In your previous experiences, you might have come across a scenario where you ought to take a right decision, where you fail to take the right decision, and the decision what you have taken might have caused you a major setback in your business or your personal life. In that case, it's very obvious that you yourself judge that you are not a good decision maker, and you will not be confident that such a situation arises in your future life. You will not be confident enough, and you will not take a correct decision, and you try to avoid such type of scenarios where you have to take a decision where you judge yourself saying that you are a bad decision maker. Do you know, according to a survey, on an average, employees spend more than half their work days receiving and managing information rather than using it to do their jobs and increasing their productivity. Studies in psychology and neuroscience reveal that analysis paralysis can kill your productivity, and overthinking lowers your performance, especially for the mentally demanding task. So, to explain about this, I would rather take you to a terminology called as the working memory. It's actually a very short-term memory. That means a very short-term memory system that maintains in an active state a limited amount of information with immediate relevance to the task at hand. So, while preventing the distractions from the environment and irrelevant thoughts. If the ability of the working memory is to maintain the task focus and that thing, if it gets disrupted, then obviously the performance would suffer. That means our working memory is what allows us to focus on the information we need to get things done at the moment we are doing them. Okay, so when I start speaking about the solutions, so would you rather prioritize the solution? That means from a wide range of solutions, the most important should be given the first priority compared to the least important ones, or would you rather seek an optimal solution? That is, seek an optimal solution means by different sources. Either you may Google it, or you may ask your friends, or you may consult many people who know about this, and then you take a decision after a wide range of solutions, or seek an optimal solution. So if it is for prioritizing the solution, the decision making style is of two types. One we call it as the satisficer, the other one we call it as the maximizer. Satisficer, S-A-T-I-S-F-I-C-E-R, it's not S, it's not Z, it is C-E-R, because this is coined by Herman Simon in the year 1956. So satisficer, I'll explain you what is satisficer and what is maximizer means. Satisficer makes a decision once the criteria is met. Once the deadline is met, they make a decision. The maximizer, on the reverse, they want to make a best possible decision. They want to make a best possible decision. That is called as maximizer. Okay, so let me explain to you the effects of maximizer over satisficer after analyzing the outcome of any problem. The outcome, when we analyze, we usually find this. Maximizers has less life satisfaction. Okay, so this is the effect for maximizer. Less life satisfaction. Not only that, they have less happiness. That is, they are not satisfied at all. Then how can we expect them to be happy? Less optimism. Optimism is nothing, as you know, that it's nothing but the optimism. Sorry. It is like seeing the brighter things for life. Once the optimism is lost from one's life, then he will be a pessimist, thinking always the the ugly side of life. That is, every question is asked to them, they say that it's not possible. Okay, so I'm not gonna go more into detail about that optimism and pessimism. So the next effect is they have low self-esteem. So I have, in my previous video, one of the videos I have mentioned what would happen if one person has low self-esteem and how vulnerable he would be in terms of bullying, getting bullied. But not only that, there are a lot many other problems also when we have low self-esteem, and that is one of the effect for maximizer. Not only that, he has more depression, and then he's more likely to engage in social comparison. That is, that comparison, that is social comparison, is not actually a healthy thing that you need to cultivate. That is social comparison, why he's better than him, why I am lower than, or something like that. Then these people will be more engaged in what we call as the counterfactual thinking. Counterfactual thinking means given a set of options A, B, C, D, E, F, or how much ever the options are. So by the first intuition, he may feel that this is the correct option, but the next time he'll think that why this is not the correct option, or else why A is not the correct option according to A. So, and then he'll analyze so many things, and more analysis cause him to get entirely confused of that particular question. This is called as counterfactual thinking. Then more negative mood, increase in the negative mood. Increase in negative mood. And the thing itself explains, and there's no need of explaining what is negative mood. Anxiety and regret. That is more anxiety. So he's holding up, then he's unable to do what he wanted to do because of the anxiety that kills. Then more regret. All these are the negative effect. There are the negative things that we have in our minds, and all these are the contribution of maximizers. So studies have repeatedly shown that high pressure and anxiety producing situations, it can lead to lower performance on the tasks that rely most heavily on working memory. And also anxiety and pressure generating or distracting thoughts about the situation, so that too can take up part of the working memory capacity. So what happens when you overanalyze a situation? That means the repetitive thoughts or the anxiety and the self-doubt, that is, you're doubting about yourself. So all these things decrease the amount of working memory you have available to complete the challenging task, and surely it will affect your productivity. Overthinking kills your creativity. That means overanalyzing a decision, it would make you much more difficult to make high quality or long-term choices later on. So making your decision to be bad most of the times. So what you could do to avoid such type of scenarios? First of all, structure your day for the decision that matters the most. Intentionally limit the amount of information you consume. Set a deadline for making the decision and hold yourself accountable for the decision that you make. Please know that the decisions that you make that are most difficult when uncertainty is the greatest. So start before you feel ready. You're bound to feel uncertain, unprepared, and unqualified, but assure yourself that what you have right now is enough. So you could plan, or you could delay, or you could revise all that you want, but thing is that what you have at present would be really enough to start something.